Can I start? Do I need to stand up? Yep.
Please stand up.
You got that hat on, of course you should stand up.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to come up, but just standing where you are will help.
All right. In a world that offers us such great challenges, and yet at the same time such beauty, it is a wonderful and rare thing to meet two people on the same path who open their hearts and their eyes and make your space better. To be able to enrich someone's life by your own living is a rare, rare gift. So Lunden and Daniel are gifted in more than just their profession. They are gifted at being really real people that, like they said to each other, there's a chemistry. And people say they love you and they care for you, but they don't always follow up with that. And Lunden and Daniel always follow up with the love. And it is so incredibly, miraculously beautiful, magnificent to be in their space. And I am just, there's no word for the fullness that I'm grateful for them, including me, as their family. And the reason I call them my big brother and my big sister, even though I'm older, is because they are so focused on who they are as human beings in a world community. So I only wish them like bubbles all the time.
Image of first meeting Daniel. He was barefoot, had hayseed in his teeth, and was staring at the big skyscrapers like, golly! that's my mental image. First came to Philadelphia. We had to explain what a subway was. But it was very apparent to me early on, that Daniel was a very, and I use this in the highest form of praise as I can, in a lot of ways he's a very simple person. He has his belief, he has his love of life, and he is true to that in everything that he does. We use simple sometimes as a very bad word or whatever, but I think, a lot of times when you're talking about people or recipes, simple is really, really good. And I've seen him, like I look at him now with his short hair, and his fancy suit, but I still see the same simple person. And I don't think that I've necessarily been planning his wedding as long as some of other people that have known him, but I know that I have waited for a moment like this to see Daniel in his final form. Again, he's still the same simple man, but the outside has changed. And I've seen Daniel angry, mad, sad, all of these things, but I've never seen him as happy as I have seen him with you. And I am very honored and proud to call this man my friend and to look to you, Lunden, as a friend also. And I'm very, very pleased that and hopeful that our families will be joined forever. Yeah, that's right.
Amen.
And I experienced and witnessed and supported through the process of other relationships and other adventures and sort of discussing lots of who the person would be and what they would look like and what they would, what the relationship would feel like. And when she first started talking about Daniel, she was so excited and had so many beautiful things to share about him. One of the things that stands out to me as we were talking on the phone, because we haven't lived in the same place for a long time, was that he challenged her. And that was one of the things she was most excited about him, was that both that she but it was that beyond she challenged him, which she's good at, that he challenged her as well, and that felt like an equal partnership. So, and then I had the opportunity to meet Daniel, and we spent, I think, the first few hours sitting at the kitchen table talking about some social issue. I can't remember exactly what, and it was very clear that he was a good match for Lunden because of that. And then there was a spontaneous water fight between the two of them around that kitchen table, which also told me that they were a good match. And so and that was one of the things that struck me, was that level of playfulness and silliness and that connection on that deeper, more serious level as well. So I just want to, send my blessings and hope that you continue to have that spirit of both deeper connection and playfulness and silliness in your union. And I wanted to just kind of say that I'm going to be here to be support for your union, both at a distance and in the silence, as well as in the togetherness.
I'm looking forward to more great camp.
Glad you're here.
No pressure. Now, stop. I'm just going to interject.
I've only met Daniel twice, but both times within an hour he gave me vegan cookies. They were so good! They were so good! Yes! Lunden, you've never given me vegan cookies. But we've known each other for 31 years. And you've given me so much. You've given me friendship and support and love and fun gifts in the mail. And I just admire both of you for your generosity spirit towards your community, towards the world, towards the future. I love you.
And the memory that's coming to mind, that keeps coming to mind, is when we were little, we had imaginary friends. But we used to share the imaginary friends, and we had two worlds. One was Daniel's world and one was my world, but we both had all of the animals, and we both had different rules that would sometimes come between the worlds. Like, he would decide that there were no guns in his world at all, and I would decide that was a good rule, and put that in. And I kind of feel sometimes like it's practice for growing up and being adults. I feel so comfortable with your friends in your community and your world, and thank you so much for continuing to being part of mine, defending my friends, and I'm so happy that your world is putting London as shaking in my world.
There were times when we compared our relationship